Wow. This is going to be a very brief post-game show. Still under the weather, still hoping another night of sleep can get me to tomorrow, and then we can properly cover this game as we've been doing all night. But this is just this is something special what we just witnessed. Jaden Daniels, was this the greatest of all time, greatest ever LSU offensive performance? Tell us what you think. We've got our opinion. He is the first LSU Tiger to go over that 600-yard barrier. The man who had even gotten anywhere close was Rohan Davey with his 581 versus Alabama in 2001. Jaden Daniels tonight, though, absolutely just the definition of unstoppable. No one was stopping Jaden Daniels tonight. Just like last year against Florida. Billy Napier is going to have Jaden Daniels haunting him in his dreams. And I think it's kind of brilliant how LSU was able to expose the SEC once again for a terrible targeting call, this time against us. And Jaden Daniels was like, "Oh, you're going to try and knock me out of this game? Okay. Let's see how that works for you. Come get me. And anytime there was a big hit, anytime you saw the Florida sideline go at Jaden Daniels at one point. It was absolutely embarrassing for them. And Jaden Daniels wasn't taking their shit, and they kept flying at him. And you saw Emory Jones just like, boom, like, I am protecting my guy. And I love that. You love to see that. That's what it's all about. Jaden Daniels getting love from his offensive lineman, Emory Jones, like, nope. And Florida were trying to start all sorts of bullshit throughout this game. They were trying to do a lot of testy little bullshit throughout the game. Defensively, we came out and we played a lot better, of course, than we did against Alabama. But it doesn't matter. We still got absolutely destroyed defensively. We just made enough plays to get it over the line, which you wish you could have done last time. And I love how the post-game photo is one of Damian Ramos, who was never even – I don't think he kicked a field goal tonight. Florida falls to 5-5. LSU climbed to, 8-3 now? Yeah, man, if we could have had just a couple of those games. The Ole Miss game, had Whit Weeks started that game, maybe something better happens there. If Jaden Daniels isn't knocked out against Alabama with a really dirty, heinous play by Dallas Turner, you never know. The guy was the comeback king at LSU. Joe Burrow did not rack up as many come-from-behind wins as Jaden Daniels. Plus, Jaden Daniels has done it like fighting double-digit comebacks. These aren't just like down 3, down 7. These are down like double digits. And Jaden Daniels finding a way. So I get you want to say that because of the defense the game was over. But as long as we had Jaden Daniels, we're in that game. As you saw tonight. And the defense actually feed off of his energy. That's what happens. They feed off of his energy. And tonight, you saw great plays from Jacoby and Guillory, who was. This was his best game in an LSU uniform. The stats aren't really going to show you that. Maybe the next level stats from Pro Football Focus will, but what a performance from number 90 up front. He was the only one, it seemed, really holding that line, stuffing that run game. Let's see how much Florida gashed us for. Only 177 yards, which is low for us. 99 yards from Trevor Etienne, 70 from Montrell Johnson. They ripping off 5.5 per carry, 4.4 per carry. The thing is, they had to go away from that to go into the passing game to try and get back in this thing. And LSU's defense kept letting them get slightly back in it, and made it just a very uncomfortable, annoying game until Jaden Daniels just put the clamps down. Sage Ryan made a really brilliant, intuitive pass breakup on a 4th down. We finally get a stop like that. And you saw stops all over the field tonight. You saw LSU pulling off some good stops. It's just... I don't know. It's just, this is a crazy game. This is a crazy game because Jaden Daniels just did something that it's hard to even wrap my head around. Like, did he just do that? 372 passing yards, 17 of 26, 3 passing touchdowns, 234 rushing yards. That was the 10th all-time, tied for the 10th all-time rushing performance with Kevin Falk. 11 carries, just 11 carries to rack up 234. 2 rushing touchdowns, of course, and then in combination, 606 total yards. First all-time in LSU history in total yards. Now Jaden Daniels stands alone. First Tiger to reach that 600-yard mark in one game. Just unbelievably scary stuff from Jaden Daniels. Let's show you what he was all about tonight. My goodness. He was passing this thing around. He was rushing it. You could not stop Jaden Daniels tonight. You know, since there are a lack of people, it seems, watching right now, we're going to just pack it in and just write the articles. And because I don't feel that good. And if no one's going to be watching this, there's really no point for me to rant myself into the ground and be sick for another 4 days. So sorry if there's anyone watching. I just see a big fat 0. So catch the article on LSUODYSSEY.com. This is always presented by ReleafMed. Get your relief today at ReleafMed, the number one all-natural pain relief clinic in Louisiana. Jaden Daniels, GOAT, LSU offensive performance. 606 total, 5 total touchdowns. 52-35 LSU. Get that little bit of space and punch it in. LSU finish them off, and what a game from Jaden Daniels. If you're going to still try and debate me about whether he is the best quarterback in the country, whether he's the most valuable player in the country, then you simply are blind. You simply just don't watch this game. You simply just have no clue what you're watching. You just go watch volleyball if you want Michael Penix. You know, just go watch soccer if you want Caleb Williams to get his second one, or whoever the hell you want to put up there. Anybody you can name, it doesn't matter. They're not like Jaden Daniels. They can't play like Jaden Daniels. They aren't as unstoppable as Jaden Daniels. This guy has to win the Heisman after this. He simply has to. It is like a commandment that Jaden Daniels wins the Heisman now. I hope you all start that, get that Heisman hashtag going with the 5 over the S, so When you write Heisman from now on, everybody, use a hashtag with a 5 for the S. Let's send a message here. Let's send a message. Our guy is the only one who deserves this thing, right? And it's a pity our defense is so shitty that this has happened, but there's even a debate. Because you give JD5 even like, say, the 2021 defense, hell, even say like you take off a few players from the 2022 defense and you give him the, I think with those two defenses, we probably only have one loss. If he just gets a few stops, if he just gets some help, look at what we do to every team. They can't keep up. Ricky Pearsall went for over 100 receiving yards. It didn't mean a damn thing. Graham Mertz, pretty damn good night. 26, 38, 311. One touchdown pass. Etienne with 3 touchdown runs. It didn't matter. Since we have such a, like as we were saying before, since we have such a low audience, we're not feeling the best. We'd like to see more people come in here to watch this thing. We understand why maybe you don't, but who knows. But we're going to say ciao and try and get more of a bigger audience in here for us. We'll try our best, our damnedest as well, but we can only do so much. If you like what we do, if you enjoy what we do, tell some people. Get them in here. We'll try and get better at this thing, but yeah, might have to. Okay, where do we go? That was the news that we broke to open this game. Was Jimmy Lindsey was back in the booth, and you saw LSU just their sack rate explode. I'm not saying that he had his direct fingerprints on it, but I think some guys wanted to impress some people. Coming right out of the game, coming right out of the traps, Jaden Daniels, look at this, just boom, little bullet right there. Malik Neighbors, and he's gone for 38 yards. And look at that, LSU are ready for their next play. Can't even fully replay it. And then, oh, damn. You saw this play from John Emery Jr. Look at that cut. Just filth. Okay? Watch this again. Look at this cut. Ooh, you're gone. And then, you just see it happen. And you just praying for him. I talked to his father. His father's still waiting for an update. I'm not pushing too hard. I think we know what the news is going to be. I'm trying to break a news story right now on that. I just feel for him, for his son, all that they have fought for to play this game, play this season. Don was huge for us last year against Florida as well. He was huge for us against Alabama last year. And that is just tough to see. Absolutely dizzies this guy into the ground. And then he kind of makes this cut he doesn't have to make. He kind of just needs to go flying into those guys, or I can see what he's doing. He's trying to cut that back, I think, to the right, and then just like bit off a bit more than he could chew or something. This was a huge play in the context of the game. Braden Swinson comes in there and just swats that thing out. Javian Toviano. Javian on the spot. Gets the recovery. Braden Swinson with another big-time play. He hasn't gotten the reward for his pressures that they deserve, but everyone thinks the play is over. Meanwhile, Javian Toviano is recovering the ball. Watch here. Watch how this thing gets loose, and then Javian Toviano flies in there. Oh, that's so beautiful. You love to see it for this young dude. You love to see it for Braden Swinson, who has been held all season and has had too few of those moments to really drink off of. Now he has this huge moment in this game. He's got to feel good about it. This was a joke. After Daniels goes to the sideline, you got a coach grabbing him from the back. You got all these guys going him from the front, and look at Emory Jones. He is man on fire. He is not taking that shit. He is not going to take that shit treatment for his quarterback. Look at this dude. He wants to take on the whole fucking sideline. I love Emory Jones. Made sure to tag him in this, so it was like, bro. I feel bad because I kind of went at Emory Jones saying, man, you didn't protect your quarterback while he's writhing on the ground, man. What the hell was that against Alabama? And I kind of felt bad. Well, here he is doing just that. And so, on that play against Alabama that I was criticizing him on, he actually got hands to the face. And so he probably likely was still recovering from that play to even know what was going on. Here you go. This is where Jaden Daniels first starts to light it up. Oh, look at that touch past him. Are you freaking kidding me? Look at this thing. Are you kidding me? Malik Neighbors with 132 on the night, but Brian Thomas Jr. went for his 150, both with 6 catches each. Brian Thomas Jr. ended with 2 touchdowns. Malik with 0, sadly. But Malik, I believe, is now at like second all-time, possibly. Let's take a look at that. Malik is in touching distance of becoming the greatest LSU quarterback. Greatest LSU receiver to ever do it. Like, is that ridiculous or what? And then Jaden Daniels. I mean, he is nipping at Joe Burrow's heels right now. Those are 2 brilliant plays right after another, where he makes that brilliant touch pass. What does he do the next play? What does Jaden do on? What does he do here? Oh shit! There's nowhere to go. Oh, okay. There we go. In the middle of the field, you can't even tackle him. You've got bodies encircling him. You still can't get him to the ground. And then you saw Harold Perkins also getting in on the act here, too. I like this, seeing that from Harold. I mean, Harold was kind of going nuts all game, looked really agitated, looked pissed. But he was playing with some absolute fire. How was that not? Okay, I thought that was a missing TFL there for Jacoby and Guillory, but guy didn't have the ball. What a play from Harold Perkins. Did the offensive lineman pitching it like that? What in the hell are we watching here? That's his 6th forced fumble. Jaden Daniels went for 85 yards on a touchdown that was just, I mean, this is the Heisman moment. This is the Heisman moment. It was absolutely imperious what Jaden Daniels did from 85 yards. There's a nice play from Jeremiah Hughes, even coming in there and getting trip up, even though the flag took that play away, sadly. And here's just watching this guy. This is just bad defense from LSU. A lot of people. Major Burns can make that play. Toviano has to make that play. Sage Ryan has got to get off this block. All these guys have got to do something here before this gets to here. Right there. You've got to get on him. Once he gets out of that crease, he's gone. That block from Josh Williams. Oh my delicious God. Look at this thing. Oh, And then Mac Markway sealing on off the edge as well. This was a play that was beautiful from Sage Ryan, taking a lot of shit this year. And he does that on a key 4th down to kind of get him some confidence. He needed that big time. I mean, you had the SEC guys, Cole Kubelik, calling that grade A play, a top 5-star type play. I mean, it's just when you're kind of a veteran of a defense that doesn't play well, you're going to get saddled with a lot of this shit. Does he deserve it? In the eye of the beholder, I guess. But he showed out tonight. Savion Jones and Jordan Jefferson picking up the team's 4th sack here. Look at how they fight and manipulate these pressures. Jacoby Guillory was running around like a madman until his lungs were literally shot. Guillory was the pressure that really blew that thing up. And then Savion Jones and Jordan Jefferson came in 8. Look at this play from Jaden Daniels. Making a miss worse than Megan Rapinoe. Oh my God. For a second, I was like, did I already show you guys that play? No, of course not. He just does it again and again and again. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Well, check out LSUODYSSEY.COM. We are going to save our voice, save our throat, save our energy for tomorrow. Hopefully it's a big day on the site. We're going to have our article out at some point. I'm going to leave you with a cliffhanger. Is this the greatest of all time ever LSU offensive performance? Is this the greatest ever you've ever seen? Joe Burrow? You want to throw in Rohan Davey, some of the Jamar Chase games, Kayshon Boutte's 300-yard game, Kevin Falk, like 10 different games you could put in there. There's just so many games you could throw in that hat. What is your greatest of all time single game ever LSU offensive performance? Because Jaden Daniels, he might have just sealed it up. Unbelievable.